Hello friends, today I am going to reveal some true facts of latest in science and news. New measures of equality reveals a fuller picture of male well-being. Measurement tool acknowledges the challenge the main phase that researchers say have been underestimated in some countries. But first of all, I request you to please share and subscribe my channel for getting my informative true facts videos uninterrupted. Please note that subscription of my channel is free of cost. Now latest in science news. New measures of equality reveals a fuller picture of male well-being. Researchers say a new way of measuring gender inequality is fairer to both men and women and presents a simplified but more accurate picture of people's well-being than previous calculation. The new Basic Index of Gender Inequalities (BIGI) focuses on three factors: educational opportunities, healthy life expectancy, and overall life satisfaction. Researchers from the University of Missouri and University of Essex in the United Kingdom say a new way of measuring gender inequality is fairer to both men and women and presents a simplified but more accurate picture of people's well-being than previous calculation. The new Basic Index of Gender Inequality (BIGI) focuses on three factors: educational opportunities, healthy life expectancy, and overall life satisfaction. We calculated BIGI scores for 134 nations representing 6.8 billion people, said David Geary, created disguised professors of psychological science in the MU College of Arts and Science about the study. Published in PLOS India, one of the world's leading peer-reviewed journals focused to science and medicine. Surprisingly, our new measures indicated that men are on average more disadvantaged than women in 91 countries compared with relative disadvantage for women in 43 countries. We sought to correct the bias towards women's issue in existing measures and at the same time develop a simple measure that is useful in any country in the world, regardless of their level of economic development. Using the BIGI measures, the researchers found the most developed countries in the world were closest to achieving gender equality, albeit with a slight advantage for women in the least developed countries. Women nearly always fall behind men, largely because they have fewer opportunities to get a good education. The picture is more mixed in countries with medium levels of development, with nearly the same number of countries where women fell behind as countries where men fall behind. The men's disadvantage is largely due to a shorter healthy lifespan. Until now, the Global Gender Gap Index introduced in 2006 had been one of the most established and well-used measures of national gender inequality, used by academic and policy makers across the world. But Stewart and Geary argue that it doesn't measure issues where men are at a disadvantage, such as harsher punishment for the same crime, compulsory military services, and more occupational deaths. The complexity of the Global Gender Gap Index also means it to sometimes difficult to distinguish between whether gender differences are the result of inequality of personal preferences. No existing measures of gender inequality fully captures the hardship that are disproportionately experienced by men, and so they do not fully capture the extent to which any nation is promoting the well-being of all its citizens. Said Stewart, professor of psychology at University of Essex, the BIGI provides a much simpler way of tackling gender inequality, and it focuses on aspects of life that are directly relevant to all people. Researchers say that when BIGI is included along with other existing models of gender equality, it provides additional information presenting a fuller picture of gender equality that can be used by policymakers to introduce changes to improve the quality of life for both men and women. Internationally, improvements in gender parity may be reached by focusing on education in the least developed nation and by focusing on preventative health care in medium and highly developed nations, Stuart said. With the BIGI, we are focusing on issues that are important to all women and men in any nation, regardless of level of economic and political development, and by including factors that can disadvantage men as well as women. Geary said current equality measures are generally based to highlight women's issues and thus are not really measures of gender equality. In my next video, I will reveal some true facts of other important topics. Thanks.